Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a demo review kind of deal going on, comparison review, talking to you about two of the probably newest drugstore foundations that came out within the last few months. The battle is going to be between the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation and the Covergirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. I'm going to be using these products done half of my face and basically giving you guys a close-up of everything, describing how it feels, texture, wear, everything like that, because I have worn these products multiple times and I do have a review on them. So I'm first going to talk about the Revlon Nearly Naked. Basically, I would think this would be a good dupe for like the Urban Decay Naked, mainly because it's the same name, but I can see where they're going here. It's supposed to look like you have no foundation on your face, which is great because I love that. This is advertised as being light to medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable to the point where you can add more coverage if you need to. It's SPF 20, which is great, and this is in the shade 120 Vanilla. The only thing I really don't like about this is there's no pump. I like having a little bit of control over my foundation, but that's that. This is, when I've worn this before, I really like it. It's very, it blends beautifully into the skin. I would say, if you want to apply it with your fingers, I would say this is pretty good to apply. I've used it before with my fingers, but I prefer brushes, but I like using this with my fingers. It's just really nice, really easy, and I don't have to blot my T-zone maybe about like 6 or 7 hours into wear, which is pretty good for me. It's really good actually. And that it's great, and the only negative thing is there's no pump. So yeah. Next is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation, and this was really popular with a lot of people because I do have to say CoverGirl really went out there and was like, this has a primer and a foundation and a concealer, and it's everything in one. And I applaud them for that, and I also applaud that they had a great pump to go with it. I think this is a great pump, especially for CoverGirl. Usually CoverGirl is one of those brands that I haven't had much luck with them, so I was kind of hesitant about buying this, but I've heard a lot of good reviews about this, and I was like, I'm gonna try it, why not? I've heard it has a cakey finish, but I think it's because if you apply too much, it can get a little cakey, and if you don't use the right brushes, or if you don't blend it in properly, it can look cakey. But it just depends. And this is full coverage, so I don't really wear this that much. I'll be honest with you guys, like I really don't grab this that much because it's full coverage. I really don't need full coverage. I'm not looking for something full coverage, but if you do like full coverage, this is a good one. I wouldn't say this is the great product to use concealer. I would probably use a separate concealer, mainly because, it's a foundation. And granted, it says concealer built in, but I don't know. Maybe on your face, but not under your eyes. No way. I would not use this under your eyes. It's probably too heavy. So, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and the CoverGirl shade I'm wearing is Classic Ivory. And this one's supposed to say it's supposed to last all day long. I've worn this and I had to blot my face maybe like 5 or 6 hours. Not as long as the Revlon, but I will say it didn't look as great when I applied it the first time. Granted, with all foundations, you're not gonna look perfectly made up like 6 hours later. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the demo for you guys. I'm gonna do the Revlon Nearly Naked, and what I do for this is I'm just gonna take my middle finger and get some on there, kind of scrape off a little bit of the excess, and I'm just going to place it in the middle of my face and then just a little bit kind of on the outside, because I like to, I'm more red in the middle of my face, and plus you don't want that harsh line. Not attractive. The brush I'm going to be using is my Giorgio Armani blending brush. I love this brush, it's great. And I'm just going to gently blend this out. And as you can see, this just goes beautifully. I really, really like this foundation. I think this is a great product that just blends beautifully into the skin. Now, as you can see, it's not, you know, covering a ton, you know, it's not, you could still see my freckles. I like having a little bit less coverage because I don't like having freckles like on my body and then my face is just covered. So I don't like kind of wearing that mask. But like that, and then, you know, down the chin. And then, of course, for every foundation, I have to buff it in. So I like using my Coastal Suns brush, and I'm just gonna buff this baby in. You just get a more perfected look. My window's open, so if you guys can hear birds or anything like that, I'm sorry. My window's open. It's pretty nice out, and I wanted to air out my room today. So here, it's just, I find it when you have like just a dense flat brush that really buffs in product, I think the look overall just looks so much more natural and just looks so much better. All right, so this is the finished look. I did not apply a ton, so as you can see, you know, it's pretty natural looking. I feel this foundation feels very light on the skin. It feels like I really am not wearing anything. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't touch your face. But you guys get what I'm talking about. Like, it's just, it's very natural looking. You could still see my freckles underneath, and it's just very subtle, and yet it can still cover up, you know, some of my redness and stuff. So next I'm going to do the Covergirl Outlast, and since this is a full coverage, I'm not going to be using a lot. The thing I like about this pump is you can twist it, so you can lock it, so it, like, if it's like tipped over, it won't start pumping out product. So I'm just going to go onto the back of my hand and just do a tiny little line. Alright. And for this one, I'm going to be using a different brush because I want to use a different brush. This is my Lancome foundation brush, and I'm just going to get a little product on here and start in the center of my face. Okay. Alright. So I might be pushing my door a little bit. So this one, alright. Yeah, even on my hand, it's just very full coverage. And as you can tell from the left, this is my left, right? Yes. I'm so bad. You're right, my left. Alright. Same thing, flat top brush, blend it in. Now, I do like the finish of it. It gives a nice kind of, you know, this, I wouldn't say these are dewy foundations. I think they're more just natural looking. I don't think they have any, I don't think it's matte. I don't know. I really can't tell. I don't know how they're advertised as, but alright. So, as you can see, I think the Covergirl is a little light for me, but I don't know. But alright, so on the right side, your left side of my face is the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation. And on my left, your right, is the Covergirl, what's the name? Outlast Stay Fabulous foundation. And they both feel really nice. I will say though that the Naked, their Revlon Naked does feel a little bit lighter. This is more coverage, so granted it's going to feel a little bit heavier on the skin. But I do like the way, you know, it kind of covers up a little bit more of my redness. I would not say this is the greatest product to use as a concealer because it's foundation. Use a separate concealer, especially for your eyes. But overall, I think you guys can tell, you know, you can see more of my freckles with the Revlon, and over here it's a little bit more, oh my god, it's a little bit more neutral. Between the two, I would have to say I would give these both a good rating. Out of these two foundations, I really am pleased with both of them. I think they both have a nice finish, a nice, just, they blend really well into the skin. They're not cakey, they're not, you know, drying or anything like that. For people who are looking for more coverage, who are looking to cover more acne, scars, redness, hyperpigmentation, I would suggest the Covergirl Outlast. Also, this is meant to be long all day wearing, so it's supposed to be, you know, they say like 12, 16, I don't even know how long, like 8-hour wear. So it's really long. Whereas the Revlon Nearly Naked foundation is more for girls that are looking for a little bit more natural coverage, a little bit more natural feel, lighter on the skin, and is maybe sometimes has breakouts but doesn't want a full-on full coverage foundation. Out of the two, for me, I would have to say Revlon Nearly Naked is the one I grab mostly. But every now and then I like to, you know, try this one out because it is fun to just mix up my foundations every now and then. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found this helpful and fun and interesting. Oh my gosh, interesting. And I will see you guys on Saturday with my next video. And if you guys haven't subscribed. I just reached 200 subscribers and I'm so happy. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, thank you guys so much for your support and being there and, you know, being there with me along my journey of my YouTube little world. And thank you guys so much. So I will see you on Saturday with my next video, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!